Hello students, welcome to online education video lecture series provided by St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, affiliated under Maharishi Dayanand University Rohtak, Haryana, approved by AICTE and Government of India. I am Ms. Pradeshri Patnaik, working as Assistant Professor in Computer Science Department. Today I am going to start with the subject Mathematical Foundation of Computer Science. This video lecture series is going to fruitful for the students of BCA, MCA, BTech Computer Science students. So in first lecture we start with the topic of algorithm, steps of algorithm that is required to understand how the algorithm can be formulated, what are the steps that we need to design an algorithm, how will be proceeding, how the complexity of an algorithm can be studied, characteristics of a good algorithm, and will be executing or understanding a simple algorithm by taking any programming language. So let's begin with today's class. As I have said the topics that we'll be delivering in this video lecture, first of all, when it comes to mind an algorithm, let's say to a layman person or like a student who is not having any idea about the computational world, so let's begin. What is an algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but it is a function or the procedures that basically been done to execute a particular task. The word algorithm, it means a process or a set of rules to be followed in the calculation or in the field of problem solving operations. That is a step-by-step instruction given by a user to a computational system in order to get a desirable result. Let's say in this figure we are providing an input as let's say x of n and the functions that will be developed by the algorithm and to get a desirable output. As we come across with the definition part, the algorithm means a process or a set of rules to be followed in the calculation of other problem solving operations, and mostly the algorithm that is referred to the set of instructions or rules that has to be executed in a step-by-step manner to provide a desirable or expected result. An algorithm is also a step of operations that are required to solve a particular problem, and in the field of data processing or automated reasoning tasks, and to provide an effective method to evaluate the process of problem solving and to find a desirable result. An algorithm is also the best possible way to represent a particular problem in the computational world, a simple way or efficient manner to design the algorithm so as the software designers can be easily code the software program. If we have a specific problem, like we come across with the computational field, the specific problem is to be solved by designing the algorithm part only. Once the problem statement is been cleared and the algorithm is easily been developed with a meaningful criterion techniques, then only the pseudocode could be easily developed, and further the software designers can easily code the algorithm. And students, keep remember one thing: the algorithm is always independent to any programming language. Like the algorithm is the set of instructions only that is provided to the computational system, and by using the same concept of the algorithm, the programming language can be different to design the software codes or the software program. Only the concept has to be remain as per the expected. What input parameters that you are taking, what all functionality or the rules that has to be defined in the mathematical computational part, and upon the rules or confined criteria that you have defined with the rules, accordingly only the output will be designed from the algorithm, or the algorithm will successfully process all the in taking all the inputs and provide a desirable output. Let's begin. What are the characteristics of algorithm as it's displayed with the screen? As I'm beginning, the characteristics of an algorithm comes with the field that the algorithm that has to be designed, it should be in a clear and unambiguous manner. An algorithm should have a clear meaning. Each and every step should be clearly been expected and must be lead to one particular meaning. Should not create any sort of misconfusion to the developer or to a software developer, or it should not carry any unambiguous information. Then only we could be able to find a well-defined output. Now in terms of in terms of well-defined output, if the algorithm say to take input, it should be give a desirable output. If the algorithm is taking the noise data or the incorrect data, definitely the output is not going to match with the actual output or the expected output. So it should be very clear that the algorithm should take a well-defined input so that the desirable output will be in a fruitful way. The algorithm must be defined what type of output it has to be defined. Now what is the fitness part? The algorithm must be in a finite case, that is the finiteness. It should not be end up with any infinite loop or similarity. Like if we consider infinite number of loops, like the students, those who have studied the C programming, if you come across with a for loop with the infinite state, then the output will not be feasible. So keep remember, the algorithm must have a finite number of steps to give a desirable result. Now what is the feasibility? The algorithm must have a simple, generic and practical, such that it should be executed upon a availability resources and the the future technological expected. Algorithm is a language independent. The algorithm designed must be a language independent, because it's just a plain instruction or the step by instruction that has been given with any language that the computational system is going to understand. And by understanding the algorithm only, further the pseudocode or the flowchart will be drawn up, and using the same concept or the step instruction given by the algorithm, the software designer will be developing the codes to develop a software product. Now come down for how an algorithm can be designed. The two important aspects for algorithm design includes creating an efficient algorithm to solve a problem technique, and it has to be using minimum time and space, which is very important. You must be design an algorithm in such a manner that it should take minimum optimal level of time and space. To solve a problem, different approaches can be used. Some of them can be efficient with respect to time consumption, whereas the approach of memory is also efficient. If an algorithm take to resolve or to run with a lot of space or time memory, then it is going to delay to provide your output basically. However, one should keep in mind that both time and memory consumption cannot be optimized simultaneously. This is also like many scientists and researchers are still working with the field of algorithm analysis design. Like students, when you study the subject design algorithm in higher level with master's level also, still the efficiency of algorithm is need to be done, and we should try to write minimum number of steps while designing the algorithm, and the program or the pseudocode should be emphasized more upon with the time and space consumption. So what basically these are the development stage, as you could see in the diagram. Once the algorithm designing phase will start, first of all you need to analyze the problem statement in a proper way. Once you have been analyzing the statement, we'll start with take an experiment of algorithm, what exactly you want to do, or what are the input that you want to take, and what the desirable output you want to finalize. Then after accordingly that you design the number of steps that you are going to give in the algorithm. Then further you go for analyzing the same algorithm by providing the raw input data to the algorithm, and then finally implement the same algorithm by using any programming language as per the requirement. Now problem what we face in the part of a development stage. The following steps are involved in solving in a computational program. Now let's say problem definition is very important. What is problem definition? Like when you come to the computational world, computational science, let's say, the problem definition has to be in a fixed part. What requirement is required on what criteria that the algorithm is working. This is the very first thing. You need to understand the problem statement for what you are designing. Suppose let's say we are addition of two number. Let's say we are writing an algorithm for addition of two number. So it is been feasible, that are you making an addition of two real number, integer number, complex number, what type of addition that you are performing. Same way, when your statement has been confined, now develop a model that we say a pseudocode level, or like we say a flowchart level. You develop a model in which providing the input and output that should be clearly monitored, or it's a graphical part, so that easily can be done. Now specification of an algorithm, what are the prerequisites are? So some algorithm required, what all efficiency that you need to be check it out. Now begin for the designing of an algorithm. Now take the steps, what input that you are providing, what variables that you are initializing. Now check the correctness of the algorithm, what all input data that you are providing are the way that you are providing the input to the algorithm, are you getting the correct result or not. You can take this in a by taking all the valid inputs, also invalid inputs. Now analyze the algorithm. Analyze will give you that how you have developed the algorithm is been fruitful or not, if you required any steps to be implemented further, or any step that you need to be eradicate from that algorithm. Now try to implement that algorithm. Implementation of the algorithm includes by using the software language or software programming language, that algorithm can be implemented. Now finally, after the program has been implemented, it's a part of testing. You can check your inputted providing the inputted data match with the output data. Then if your match been correct, then the algorithm is not having any error, or else if you find any sort of error, debugging process will be continued. Finally, it is required to provide the documentation part. Let's begin. What is the prerequisites that is necessary to design an algorithm? Prerequisite, the constraints of the problem that must be considered while solving a problem. You need to find out the constraints of the problem that is need to be considered while solving a problem. Let's say we take three things to design an algorithm: input, output, and the solution. Input to be taken to solve a problem. Output is the expected part after the problem has solved. What is the expected to that problem? Solution is of the problem to the given constraints. As we are considering, let's say an example. Consider the example for addition of three numbers and print the sum. Step number 1, fulfilling the prerequisites to write the algorithm. What exactly you need? Prerequisites in the sense, कोई भी algorithm लिखने से पहले आपको किस चीज के बारे में knowledge होना जरूरी है. In order to write the algorithm, the prerequisites, these are the things that you should be understand. The problem that to be solved by the algorithm. Problem statement यहाँ पर क्या है? Addition of three number and print the sum. The constraint of a problem that must be considered while solving the problem. अब constraints क्या है? Number must only consider 3 digit. Only digit. यहाँ पर कोई characters को हम नहीं लेंगे. Suppose we are addition of 3 numbers in the 1 plus 2 plus 3. Will not add a plus b plus c. Okay, the input to be taken to be solving of a problem. These 3 numbers input जो parameter है कि हाँ 3 input 3 digit part आप कोई भी numerical value आप insert कर रहे हो, and this has to be add and give you the result. Solution to the problem. The solution consists of addition of 3 numbers. It can be used with the help of plus operator or bitwise operator, any other method that you are implementing. Now comes down, you need to design the algorithm. Whatever prerequisites that you have taken, it must be designing part. Now in the consideration of designing, so here we have written the number of steps that the algorithm must consider. See, these are the step of instruction. Like the algorithm that is may be formulated or designed by one person, it may be differ from another person. That is not confirmed or any. The logic of the algorithm that we are taking, it will be constant, but the written pattern it may be differs from one person to another. Let's say we begin start. Declare 3 integer variable, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Take the 3 number to be added as the input in variable 1, variable 2, and variable 3 respectively. Step number 4, once you have declared the variable, it is a part to take the sum of all the variable and has to be stored in somewhere in the memory. Now come down. Once the variable is been added in the particular instruction, what you are giving addition of 3 number. In step number 4, you are adding 3 numbers, and then after addition, this result is stored with the variable sum. Finally, we need to print the result which is stored in the memory location with the variable number, and then you are ending all your, that is the step of stop of your algorithm, because we have studied the algorithm should not be in a infinite loop. When it is started, it should be ended in a certain condition, so get to desirable result. Now as per the design methodology, we have designed the algorithm. It's part now to test the algorithm. You need to, for the testing part, you need to provide your input and output parameter. You need to write the algorithm by designing any programming software language code, like you can write the same program using C language or C++ language or Java. It's up to you. Now come down with the term of complexity. When we say complexity, we are generally providing the efficiency of an algorithm. An algorithm is defined as the complex based the amount that is considered in the time of complexity world, the space and time. These are the two important parameters of the measuring the complexity of any particular algorithm. So the complexity of algorithm refers how the time to be measured, it execute all the steps or instruction that is provided by the user, and how much space that is required to store all the data, input or temporary data, or the output result. Hence these are the two important factors or the efficiency parameter that is required in order to study the complexity of an algorithm. The two factors that required, as we have discussed right now, that is the time factor and the space factor. The time is measured by counting the number of key operations such as comparison that we do in the sorting algorithm. Later on we'll be studying what is sorting algorithm, what is searching algorithm, what is linear search, what is binary search. We'll carry on. And about the space factor, how much space that is measured by counting maximum number of memory allocation that has been taken down to run this algorithm. And one more thing, when you talk about the space complexity, how to calculate the space complexity is also an important part. How much space that an algorithm is required to execute the task, the amount of memory that this algorithm required to execute and get the result. This can be done in input, temporary, and the output things. So as we talk about the space complexity of an algorithm, it takes two things, fixed part and variable part. The fixed part refers to the space that is defined required by the algorithm, for example the input variable or the output variable or the program size that we are considering. When we say about the variable part, this refers to the space can be different by the implementation of algorithm. For example, let's say when you are using any temporary variable or any dynamic memory allocation or the recursion type, you will be using these all terms in programming C. When you will study the programming C language also, you come across with all things in data structure. Now what is fixed part, what is variable part, how you have implemented this one, how far your lines of ports are there in the program, and how much time space it's required to store all your results. This is the sample diagram that I have blocked example I have given. If this is the time factor, this is the space complexity that is been required to solve any problem statement. Now come down with the time complexity. Time complexity of an algorithm refers to the amount of time required to execute and get the desirable result. This can be normal operation, like see the number of loop statement that we are using, the number of conditional statement that you will be using, the number of go to statements you people are using. So what happened, it takes a longer time to give you a desirable result. So we need to make sure that we try to minimize the time utilization. The time complexity of an algorithm is also calculated by the two things, that is the constant time and the variable time. When we say about the constant time, any instruction that can be executed just once. Okay, the input or output or if else statement or switch cases. When you say about the variable time factor, any instruction that comes under the part of loop and recursion, like a function inside a function we are calling or multiple number of times. So that is a variable time factor. So for today's lecture, this is the topic of that I was planning to deliver to you. So students, go through with once more with the video lecture and try to remember few terms that comes to mind, like when you say algorithm, characteristics of algorithm, steps to design an algorithm, pseudocode, what is the part. The most common important thing is that you need to understand the algorithm complexity, because this is the root factor here. Once you are strong with this topic, ultimately whenever you go for any higher studies or any programming language, this is going to helpful for you. If you understand to develop an algorithm, then writing the software program or writing any program in any of the programming language is going to make you easy. So you need to understand this, how what sort of instruction that you will be giving to a computational system or a machinery system in order to get your desirable result. Once your concept is clear, when your base is clear, then definitely the programming world is so good, and you will feel good to study and develop as many as program by your knowledge. So thank you for today's lecture.